Ground rules is another thing you can do. Having some rules in your house. Yeah? It could be in your house. Now rules, I'm not talking about a rule book, just a few. Rules should be positive, always positive. So things like, we use kind words. Or one of my ones from when my children were younger was gentle hands. We use gentle hands. They were particularly violent with each other when I had to introduce that one. Now, my children are a bit older, so we would say things like, we use words to solve problems. Yeah? So they're very simple rules that guide you what to do. Now, having explicit rules with children puts you in a really good place, okay? Because you can then prompt them about those rules. You can get them to say the rules. What's our rule about how we use our hands for little ones? You know, it's like gentle hands. You know, we're getting them to draw their attention to this. We can watch out for the behaviour. So we can praise every time it happens. But we can also then use it as a portable strategy for high-risk situations. Now, a high-risk situation is when we know that if ever the kids are going to kick off, it's now. What kind of high-risk situations do you have? When do you know your children are going to fight?
Queue at the airport.
Queue at the airport? Long journeys?
When one's got the iPad and the other one hasn't.
When one's got something the other one wants? When one's got a friend round? Yeah, we can all identify times when we think, yeah. So if you can identify those in advance, you can come up with some rules. Yeah? In advance, and you can talk to them beforehand and say, these are the rules for the car. We've got a long journey, these are the rules, or these are the rules for the airport. That tell them, this is how we behave. And then you can say, and if you can do those rules, this nice thing will happen. Yeah? Everybody needs some motivation. It's not easy coping with boredom when you're a small child, but some motivation that says, if you can do these things, not if you can be good, but if you can do these 4 things, these 3 things, these 2 things, whatever it is, this nice thing is going to happen. But if you can't, that nice thing isn't going to happen. Okay, so we're making it really clear. There's some very clear, specific rules. They will get it wrong, especially at the beginning, and there will be times where you have to, you know, follow through and say, no, that nice thing isn't going to happen. We aren't going to stop at the park on the way home, or whatever it was that you'd said, because you didn't follow the rules. But the next time you get in the car, you can go, oh, do you remember? What are the rules about being in the car? Okay, hopefully remind them about them. Okay, so if you can follow those rules, then this is the nice thing that's going to happen. And the next time, you might well be on to a winner. Okay, so it's about having some portable rules that say, this is the behaviour I expect, this is good behaviour right now. Not just being good, because being good means different things to different people. So having some very clear rules. And with clear consequences as well, if there's violent behaviour. We'll talk about consequences in a minute.